fighting, training, eating, exercising, bringing up children, relationships, money, religion, sexual persuasion, who should you vote for? Everybody's got an opinion. And isn't it interesting? It doesn't matter what you say, who you say it to, and where you say it. So whether it's on social media or to somebody's face, or you write somebody an email, there's always somebody who's going to disagree with you because they've got a different opinion to you. So I might think that I can punch really hard, and if I've posted something with me punching, somebody's going to say she doesn't punch very hard, or she doesn't punch right, or she does it wrong. It doesn't matter what you say or what you do, there's always going to be somebody that disagrees with you. Isn't that awesome? Because we've all got the right to have our own opinion. Now, why do we fight about that though? Why do people feel the need to share their opinion with us? Or there's a personal question, do you have a need to share your opinion with other people? Is it important that whatever we think has to be what everybody else thinks? And wouldn't that be a really boring world? Even if we think we're right and we're perfect and everything that we believe is exactly the way the world should be, if everybody agrees with us, and there's this great quote in business, if you're in a room where everybody's agreeing, you're in the wrong room. Because how do you come up with better ideas if everybody agrees with you? So it's just a personal thing, because we live in a world now, it doesn't matter what you post on social media, and I'll share it again, you can be the nicest, most beautiful thing, and somebody's going to write something nasty about somebody. Doesn't matter what opinion is posted, what opinion you have, somebody will disagree, somebody will say something negative, and somebody will say something nasty. Now, you might not be a negative, nasty person, and I hope that you're not. There's so much of that going on in the world. But I always ask this question, whatever I'm going to write right now, whether I text it or email it or say it or talk to somebody on the phone, is it going to add value to their life, or is it going to devalue? Now, we could say if I criticize somebody that could make them better. But saying nasty things about people, the point is what? Are you saying that because you want them to be better? Is that the real reason that people say nasty things? Because I want that person to be better, so I'm going to say something nasty about them so that they can improve, because it's criticism. And of course, there's better ways to criticize people than to be nasty. But whatever opinion you have, do you have the right to have it? And of course, the answer is yes. Which means if you have the right to have your opinion, isn't it possible then that other people have the right to theirs? So whether it's eating or exercise or kicking or fighting or religion or sexual persuasion or who to vote for, there's always going to be the opposite. And the interesting thing, and I'll use voting for example, in most countries it's around 50-50. And the reason that a government gets in is because they get maybe 55% or 51%, or it's not a very big or much more percentage than the other side, which means whatever your political beliefs are, around about half of the people in your country are going to have a different opinion to you or a different belief. So why does that make us right? There's a lot of people say, yes, well, those other people, they're wrong. And I always use this example because I was brought up in a religious environment. And of course, religions all believe that they've got exactly the right truth. And I was taught that too, that my religion was the only right religion. And the joke was that when you go to heaven, there's a big wall, and behind the wall is a group of people. And when St. Peter introduces everybody into heaven, somebody says, who's that behind the wall? And St. Peter says, well, that's that particular religion, and they think they're the only ones here because they're the only right ones. And I'm sharing that with you because, of course, you have the right to your opinion, and isn't that awesome? But wouldn't it be disrespectful then, rude, to not at least realise that other people have the right to their opinion? And then what's the point? Because if you argue with somebody, and there's that great quote, a person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. So you might have the best argument and be the best arguer and have the best points of view, but usually that forces somebody into arguing back with you, and they argue their point even more. So if you really want to change somebody's mind, and my question would be why? Why do you really want somebody to believe the same things that you do? If you want that to happen, surely argument is not the way to do it, because the other person will just argue back, and then they get defensive, and then the whole thing just becomes really ugly. And I think we've got enough ugliness in the world. So I'm the opposite. I open up my body language, I lean forward, maintain eye contact, and say, I would love to hear your opinion. What do you believe about this particular political belief, sexual persuasion, religious belief? eating plan, exercise plan. I've been a personal exercise coach all of my life, and of course I have very strong opinions about how to eat and exercise, but I would never argue those with anybody because the person opposite me has the right to have theirs. And I always use this example. There are people that argue passionately that you should be a carnivore, that you should only eat meat, fat and meat, that's all. And there's other people that passionately argue that you should only eat plants, you should only have a plant-based diet. Now you can't get two more opposing ideas. And those two groups argue regularly. Just ask them if somebody's a carnivore or somebody's a vegan. You'll definitely know because they'll tell you. But why would you try and convince somebody? If somebody's healthy, fit and strong and getting the results that they want from their carnivore diet, why would you try and convince them to be a vegan vegetarian if they don't want to? If you are a have a staunch religious belief and that's what you passionately believe, why do you want to convince somebody else that they should have the same belief as yours? And I know that's a very political question because we have wars now happening around the world because of religion. We have wars happening because people disagree on the fundamentals of how to live your life. But ultimately, what about this? Live your life. Let other people live their life and just appreciate that there are different people in the world. There's different cultures, there's different beliefs, some people are tall and some people are short, some people like to eat chocolate and some people hate chocolate. We've all got different opinions and different tastes and different ideas. So whether it's eating or exercise or religion or politics, how about appreciate other people's point of view or just don't get into an argument? And here's my last question. We only have a certain amount of time to live on the planet. We have 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, 365 in a year, but we don't know how many more days or weeks or years we're going to get. Why would we waste any of that precious time arguing with somebody? Have you ever looked back and thought, I can't get that 10 minutes back or I can't get that 1 hour back? It's why I don't hang out with negative people, because I can't get that time back. If I've wasted time with negative people, I can never get that time back. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. So every minute of my life, because I don't know how many I'm going to get, I want to invest wisely on learning and growing and laughing and loving and living and eating yummy food and having great experiences, not arguing with people and not being nasty. You live your life the way you want to. Wouldn't that be the best way to live your life to the max is to live your life the way you want to. So you can sing every day like I do, and you don't have to sing because some people don't like singing, but I sing every day because I love it. And you don't have to love it, but I do. Because I love to sing. Super duper doo, how are you? May you be amazing and awesome and fantastic because you're healthy, fit, strong, love your life, living it your way. Woohoo!